Here it is fucking raining out here. Let's get a boom, baby, boom, rise and rain. This is your morning motivation time. Your host with the most is Marquis Saint, and this is Finland. In the rain, in the cold, everything covered gray. I told you everything would be pastel colors. Nothing is that bright. I mean, even the greens and yellows are toned down. The weather is toned down. And this morning's motivation is going to be toned down too. Last night was mad real, hanging out with my friends, and we're realizing that we're getting old. And unfortunately, it's true. Your boy Marky Saint is 43, not 42. And as we all got tired before we went to the bar, we all had to acknowledge that life has kind of passed us by. You know, life just ticks one day at a time. And I wanted to talk about that mental health crisis of growing old or figuring out yourself or positions in life. Bless up, homie Benny Mac, the co-pro. What's up, bro? You might resonate with this message because I've known my friends for almost 15 years, and to have dinner with them, it's important to have social functions. It's important to see each other. I'm not always in this country, and for us to get together, it means a lot to all of us. 40 is the new 30, homie. Except for when you're getting old, bro. When you're sitting there and you already had dinner with your friends and they have already had a couple of drinks, it starts to dawn on you that you might not be having the same energy as you did when you were 20. And that is a shock and a revelation. And it was really something that shook me to my core that I would be 40 like my friends and wanting to take naps on Saturday night and just curl up with the Netflix on the couch and be comfortable, then go out to some bar, sing karaoke, and make an all-nighter out of it, especially after we kind of went hard the night before on Friday night. And I was like, I busted my nut. Like, I'm all in, bro. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, I'm a little bit hungover and I didn't feel the energy. And I still went with them because I didn't want them to go alone. But even them, they started doing the yawning. And we were at this table, and there's a little seedy, nowhere spot, 15 people, because I counted how many people were in this bar. And they're like, what are you doing here? And I ask myself sometimes, like, what am I doing here? Like, it's weird ass bar. And I said, I try to tell myself that I'm writing a movie, and these are all these characters in this movie, these weird Finland people, their weird lifestyles and what they were pulling together. But I'm visiting my friends, and to know that we knew each other in our 30s, and we were young for come and ready to go. Now we're old. We weren't as old as the table next to us, but the facts are is that's gonna be our table soon. Fucking hairs all over my shit. Soon enough, that's gonna be our table with the gray hairs and slow dancing to weird songs and creeping girls out coming up to him and say, "This song's for you." It's like, thanks, Grandpa. Go back to bed because I'm about to be there too. And it was one of those things that was just like, wow, man, we are growing old, and we are getting fat, and the hairs start to recede, and the hairs turn gray, and the knees start to ache. And we talk about, our timing and the possibilities of life. She had to get up. I thank my friend Miraca a lot because she has a beautiful home. Not only did she have to keep the home clean, it looked like something out of Better Homes and Garden. Literally, she has like the perfect little apartment. It looks like something that jumped out of the magazine. The pillows match the drapes. She's doing her little activities. He keeps the boys' rooms clean. Like, she's a great mom and a great woman, and made us a great dinner. But you could see the stress on her. She's like, my back hurts. I've been at slaving away at this for like 2 hours turkey time, and then I had to take the kids to hockey, and then I had to fucking get the thing ready and work the schedule. And you can see the wear and tear on her. She wouldn't sit down. She was just totally OCD and ADHD. And we're like, sit with us, bro. You don't have to serve us. So I got up and cut the turkey and made everybody's plate and try to make everybody comfortable. And that's the thing in life, it's just hard to get comfortable, especially when you're getting older, or what's your positions in life, or what has happened in your life. You look at your situation and go, it's not a movie. You know what I mean? There's no script here. There's no directors. There's nobody that's coming around just sprinkling a little bit of money on the scene so that it can be perfect. And there's no perfect scene. And we weren't perfect either. We were far from perfect. All of us. One of us has got fat, loud, and obnoxious. The other one got old, skinny and cranky. You know, you see yourself turn, you see your friends turn old. I mean, I have to see myself when I do this show often, but do you really see yourself as you grow as a person, as a human, and what decisions that we've made? You're like, how's things? Oh, the kids are good. You can't say that things are perfect. You can't say that you live in a perfect relationship. You can't say that you made perfect money. You can't say that your health is perfect. Each person had something where, you know, her child, it really hurt my soul because I think her baby was what, 25 weeks, 26 weeks, and he got born early, and he had some strokes or something, and then she was telling me that she had some lymph nodes or cancer or some kind of growth on her uterus, and she's scared. And I'm like, are you scared? You know, you can talk to your friends about things that are scary like that. It's not like that's a post that's going to make it to Instagram. Hey everybody, I got ovarian cancer, yay. You know, nobody makes those other posts, that other life where you really think what you think, where you're like, fuck, I feel uncomfortable, I feel like nobody loves me, I feel like I'm too loud, I feel like I'm too much for people. And that's the honest truth. You know, that was the honest part about this, is there is a mental health crisis. There are my friends that are the life of the party when they're drinking, and they're a nobody when they're not drinking. They're just complete zombies, and they just tuned out. I can see the hair here. Hairs get out of place sometimes. That's what happens when you got a beard. But beards on shirts, it's just, you know, one of those things that we can't live the lie anymore. You know, we need our friends. We need to talk about it, acknowledge our flaws, and acknowledge the things that don't work out. And, you know, it's not anybody sitting around here with a perfect life. Some people should spend more time with their children instead of spending time at the bar. Some people should probably do some exercise instead of staying at home. Some people should woulda, shoulda, coulda. You know, these things that we know. You know, when you're trying to have dinner and you're showing up for Sunday dinner and everybody's dressed up and all the girls were waiting, they're like, "You're late. You smell like weed." Man, 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 man. And it starts in on me. And I'm like, thanks for mentioning it twice, Anu. Like I didn't know, right? You know, fucker. But it was one of those things where it was like, even then, they started to freak out, you know, when the wine started to go low or they didn't have enough booze. You know, we are still our habits. We are still going to go outside and smoke our cigarettes. We are still going to drink a lot of wine or drink all the wine in the house. And me, I'm still going to go over after all the cheese, all the ice cream, and all the food I can eat because I'm an eater and that's my addiction. So gluttony is also one of the seven deadly sins, and I acknowledge it. You know, I acknowledge my weaknesses. I have to talk about the opposite side of narcissism. I have to talk about what were they saying? The lying. You know, of course I've lied. I'm a human. Like I think we think 9 lies a day, but I don't lie on myself. You know, and that's what I was telling about Saint's addiction. It's like I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. I'd like to put it on everyone else. No one is, but perfection does not exist. And that we live in this world where we think everybody's got something perfect going on. They'll post their favorite smile. They'll post the sunset. We talked about it, me and Pivy, my ex, when we were like, man, we really did go to Turkey, huh? Yeah, we really did have sex in the changing room, huh? Yeah, we really did go to Oktoberfest in Germany during the best time to go. Yeah, you know, it's an exceptional moment, but that moment is also gone. You know what I mean? Like it's not, it's old people talking about the times that would have been or could have been or should have been. And then it's like ship sailing, you know, and time has flown by, and I'm not my 30-year-old self. I'm not still the brand new kid on the block that gets the beautiful big titty blonde girl in Finland. I didn't, that was then. Now it's now, and her tits are gone, and she's got kids, and she's got a husband, and I don't have anybody, and I'm not lying on myself. I'm not trying to sit here and pretend like I'm just fucking everybody. My friends have fucked around me. I actually thought about it. How many of my Finland friends have had sex around me, like I was sleeping on the couch and they were fucking in the other room, or fucking in the hot tub next to me, or on the couch next to me. Hey, you know, 3 times, 4 times. Like I mean, it's a thing, and I haven't gotten laid. You know, I haven't trying to be rude to me, try to say the worst things. You know, when people are trying, when hurt people are hurt, they try to hurt people. Never ever will I ever touch a child. I'm a fucking teacher, bro. I want the safety of kids near me, but he wanted to hurt me. He wanted me to be the weirdo because I wasn't fucking some fool flat slobby chick on the fucking couch, and I have some standards and my heart is broken. It isn't that I don't know how to fuck, you know what I mean? But the truth is my heart is broken. I can't sit here in any sort of light and realness and say that, oh yeah, everything's just fucking awesome. No, I loved a woman so much that we almost had a child together, and then she killed this baby, and I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with the way that my life have went. I'm not okay with my mental health some days, especially when cloudy and weird and rainy like it is. You know, we all want everything to be perfect, and it's not. Some people have broken relationships where their husbands or fathers, baby daddies are fucking not participating, and they're spending. They got no money to feed the kids, but they're spending all their money on beers at the bars. Like, what the fuck, man? What are we doing? We're hurting ourselves and we're hurting our friends, and our bodies are hurting. You know, my friend was talking about her knees, like since she was 15. She was since playing soccer her whole life, and like there's nothing there, but she doesn't want to get take care of it. She just keeps pushing on. And my other friends, like, sometimes I wake up and my fucking back hurts. Like, it hurts. And I think that's what unites us all as human beings, is that the pain is equal. I mean, if anything else on this planet, it is not money, you know what I mean? It's not health, but it's pain. Like, there's not one human being that's going to go through this experience without feeling the pain. Like, my buddy goes, here comes the pain, like he's a big wrestler or something. Yeah, here comes the pain. There's going to be pain of loss. There's going to be pain of life. There's going to be pain in the butts. There's going to be pain in the necks. There's going to be pain in the ass. There's going to be pain in the back. It's just where it's coming from. And I really had to dawn in on me that I was like, this is our lives. Our lives are full of pain and turmoil, and it is a mental health crisis. And I can see people wanting to feel better so that they what do you call it, when they self-medicate is the word that I'm thinking. You know, we're really talking about addictions, so like certain addictions that I participate into, not lying on myself, you know, peeing on my YouTube too long, or my morning motivations, or the tobacco that's in here now. You see the tobacco, because I've been smoking tobacco, so I've had a few cigarettes and I'm not proud of it. I wouldn't do it on film because it's something that I would hide, but here I go, about to do it on film, do it on live, because it is real. Our lives are real. Our lives are live, and it's time that we examine it. Bless up. My morning routine to get myself right, that inhale to calm my nerves, and that's what we do sometimes, you know, just a little bottle of wine, just to calm our nerves, just to make ourselves feel a little bit better, to take the edge off, is what we used to say. But really, what we're saying is we're trying to ease the pain. And that's exactly what the mental health crisis is. You know, there's a lot of people that are going through it. You start off brand new, and then all of a sudden you go into this life, and things aren't exactly rosy and prim, right? Some things are under construction. Some days it rains, and you don't have the perfect body. We like to put actors, models, and athletes as these prime human beings, but they're human beings too. They might be tall, but they might not know how to ball. And even if they did know how to ball, what if the woman takes it all? And what if they get into habits? What if you're a fucking athlete? What's the guy that was in Vegas at Raiders, had got the rookie of the year or some shit, and then he got into a drunk driving accident, and now he's in jail? I wouldn't trade my place for nobody. My buddy just got 18 years in prison. Yes, he murdered somebody, but I tell the truth, dude. It's like 18 years, dog. He's already my age, 30, 40. He's not going to get out till he's an old man. And we're already old. So it's just one of those things that I really wanted to drive home about my thoughts of what happened last night and waking up this morning and get all my habits and talking about people and talking about my world experience going around the world, and as I move into the next journey, how I make things happen for myself instead of life happening to me. I keep telling people, be brave. You know, be brave enough to quit your habit. Try it. It's a domino effect that one day you will grow up. Every day you're growing up, and they add up. And it's an accumulation. It's an experience. It's an effect. It's like they say, life is not a destination. It's a journey, and that's what we do. We forget that we're traveling in time. Not only are we rolling around to the sun, what did they say, like 55,000 miles per hour? But we're also rotating. We're spinning. We're rotating, and we're orbiting. And that's what life has taught me. It's like this interactive game that I play called life, that we all play, and no one seems to know that one day it's going to end. And that started to reflect on me a lot as I had my midlife crisis, and I do things, and I go into this world, and I see people trying to put on their best face and put on their best outfits, and sanitize their hands after they went into the trash, or work longer hours so they can earn more money, or jockey for position, because we all want it, want to look good. Who doesn't want to be hit on at a bar? It makes you feel good. But then you try to help somebody, put a blanket over them, and they look at you all, what the fuck? And you're just like, is that what we do as humans? Are we helpful humans? Are we loving beings? Are we these inept degenerates that keep fucking destroying our own lives? It's like that Homer Simpson thing. Who smoked all my weed? You're looking in the mirror. I smoked all my weed. I keep smoking my weed. Then I start smoking my weed with fucking tobacco. That's my life. How can you believe this is my life? In the middle of this freezing ass fucking country, it's almost snowing a little bit. And I'm here, being a degenerate like my friends, drinking beers all night, or fucking smoking cigarettes, and fucking staying up all night and sleeping there in the afternoon. And then you try to pop up and post something positive and say, yeah, life is awesome, go with God, and everything will be just okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. And it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to be old. I earned my time. I spent basically the last decade of my life building my business and traveling the world. I set out on a journey as a guy that wanted to be the number one sales guy, and sell the most cars and make the most money, and get a beautiful big old condo, and live in Seven Hills, and 10 grand in the bank. I'm solid. Next thing I know, I'm getting arrested in Ensenada prison, and the cruise ship has left me, and left with all my stuff too, and I got to make it across the Mexican border after being 3 days in a prison smelling like a nerd. Yup, that happened. And something else might happen. And you never know with life. These things happen. Life happens to us all. And it's not something that we can't avoid. It's like nature, you can't avoid. We're being a part of this planet. We're all in it together. No one's leaving this planet. There's no planet B. We're all on this existence. I'll probably die on this planet too. Sometimes I get heart pains and I'm like, oh shit. What if this is it? What if I do die on my buddy's couch of a heart attack? That would really suck. And then when I get up in the morning, do the morning motivation, sometimes I have suicidal thoughts. I'm like, man, this hurts so bad not having this baby. It hurts so bad not having her as my wife, not having her in my life, not having love in my life, not having children in my life. It hurts so bad, and I have to tell my friends, and they don't even have the words for me, bro. They're like, I don't even know what to say. I don't even have the words to explain in Finnish. And I said, I understand. I barely want to tell my story. And I probably overshared too much too. I told the truth. And I just think it's imperative to not be this kind of person that just pretends that their life is okay. I want to make my life okay. I know it's not okay, but I want to make it okay. I want to make it, I want to pay my friends back, and I want to pay my debts, and I want to fucking be solvent. I want to be in the green. I don't want to be in the red. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to be on the couch all the fucking time. I want to be alive. I want to be the guy that lives his life, and I want to live my life before I die. And that's what I've been telling people. So I do put myself in challenges. I do know that I'm being ballsy going around the world, no money. The word is called intrepid. I want to be intrepid, brave, but I also know it's a bit stupid. How do I know that? Sometimes, because sometimes stupidity goes before bravery. Sometimes you do something that was less planned than if you were sitting there calmly and making an intelligent decision. And I think about all that time that I lost my temper, and I lost the baby because I lost my temper. And that's where I beat myself up. You know what I mean? I beat myself up over the times where I didn't do what I thought I should have been doing or what I could have been doing. And that fucks me up, dude. Fucks me up inside that I'm not the guy that I thought I was, or that I'm not as saintly as I could be. Sometimes I'm not nice and my life's not perfect and I do things like sneak smokes out on the balcony, lie to my lie to myself or lie to my friends. It's part of it, bro. This is part of the experience, being able to um, um, be real with myself, and be real on the internet and to talk about the real shit that's going on. It's one of those things that as we as people do, we forget that we are so imperfect, and to have the last name Saint and to want to live a saintly life and want to live my life in a saintly way, I try to say things to myself that might make it better one day, or make someone else's life better one day. I'm not going to quit and go back to drinking. I'm going to quit smoking cigarettes. It's not my favorite fucking thing. This fucking tobacco is addictive as fuck. So is drinking. It's a depressant. And it's so sad to see my friends want to be happy. You want that happy juice. You want to swallow something that makes you feel confident and makes you feel good inside. It might even get you laid, but then again, you're having drunk sex. You're having sex with people that you don't want other people to know about, and you're making mistakes left, right, and straight. But are you willing to admit it? And that's where I come in. I come into this world thinking, what are the mistakes that I've made in my life and how I can improve them so I can stop being such a mistake master and start just being a master. And I know it's not easy to master life, especially with so many trials and tribulations and pain for us to endure. The book Endure, I had to already write that book. I thought the worst thing I was going to have to endure was South Korean prison. It wasn't. It was losing this child. And it's not something that I love talking about every day. Hurts me inside. It hurts my soul, and I don't want to be hurt anymore. I don't want to hurt people. I want to be an asset to people, and then be the type of person that can make things better. And that's where I live in my life. I want to be the betterment of my life instead of the detriment to my life. And I know people know that that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's all about improving ourselves. The ash is all over the place in here. Yeah, yeah, I'm not perfect, and I'm not trying to hide it either. Trying to hide ashes and shame and pain and all sorts of other things that I try to hide and make sure that I can, be better. I guess I'm not better at hiding it. I guess I'm telling on myself, and that's what this show's kind of been about. Is telling about this pain, telling about this journey, and trying to be a better person from it. And sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm really am burnt out about it. Sometimes it just hurts inside, and I don't want to fucking talk about it. And then sometimes I'm on the fucking internet talking too much about it. So it's this life. I didn't want to be. I didn't want to have addictions. I didn't want to be short. I didn't want to be broke. I didn't want to telling on myself, borrowing money from friends or having other people buy my tickets or whatever the fuck it is. I didn't want to be that guy. And unfortunately, sometimes I am that guy. Sometimes I am the guy that doesn't make it or do right by himself. And my friends are afraid for me to go into what is it, into Thailand and go into this experience, especially with no money. They're worried for me. And you think I should be the worried one, but I throw myself to the lions because I'm already in the lion's mouth, and I think that's what makes it so hard for all of us, is that we get stuck, bro. We get stuck in life. Life doesn't get exactly be so cool or and clean. It becomes quite messy, and that's what I really wanted to drive home to people. Is it's like, everybody pretends on these social media platforms. They pretend that things are perfect, like they never had an argument with someone, or every time they had an interaction with another human being, it was pleasant, and they never had a bad day or a rainy day like it's raining now, or they never been out in the cold, or they never been homeless, or they never been hungry, or they never had their phone off. These things happen to us all, and I think that's the thing that we do, is we just think that everybody's balling, everything's fucking cool. And it's not cool, y'all. It's just not. And to keep pretending that it is a lie. So I keep saying, fuck all that shit, dude. I'm gonna fucking tell the truth of myself. I'm gonna fucking try to improve, because that's the only place that I can do it from. If I do it any other way, it won't work. If I keep faking it, You know, they say fake it till you make it. You know, don't fake the funk on a nasty dunk. You know, this life is a nasty, messy business. It's like politics. People will say things about you. You're going to get exposed. Why most people don't want to. That's why I do faceless porn. You know, it's like no one wants to be exposed. They kind of still want freaky shit. You think you're talking to someone that's just like a normal girl or some other things. And guess what? They got like pierced nipples, and you're just like, yeah, I didn't know you were an undercover freak. I didn't know the librarian wanted to be fisted. I didn't know that my buddy fucks with guys. I didn't know people have different what do you call it? What's the thing when you have a kink? You know, people have kinks, man. And I thought I knew people, but after the summer at the sex parties, at the pool sex parties, I was like, I don't know shit about anybody. You know, they might be the nicest human being, but when you get down to it, guess what? They still have kinky tendencies and they still have freakiness. I'm watching a little Muslim girl go by right now, and I'm thinking, even her one day will have sex. And it's weird for us to think that our daughters would have sex, but then you're an adult with an adult woman, and you both want to have sex. You know, you both want to be driven for success, or be successful, or have a successful relationship, or be able to brag to your friends that you have a rich husband, or that you guys have such cool cars, or that he's so faithful, or that you guys never argue. It's enviable. You know, again, we talk about envy being a sin. It's one of those things that we want, what we think, what we don't have, and what we think will make us happy, and we'll be driven to go after it, kind of like that happy juice. You know, you want to swallow the alcohol because you'll be like, yeah, then I'm spirit, and I'm fucking fun. I'm the cool guy. Da 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 da. And it's like, no, you're a human too. And just like I think it was Marcus Aurelius would walk around and have, and when he was emperor, have someone uh, on his shoulder sit there and say every so once in a while, you're just a man. You're just a man. Just to remember to be him, to be humble. And that was another Finnish word that I learned last night. It's vu. Wait, hold on. Vusta? No. Um, vu. Vu. I have to say it right. It's like a ni. V, verno. Oh, I don't even know the word. I got too high. See, I'm not perfect, and I wish that my lives were super awesome and that they didn't cut out, or that I was sitting with a big pile of money and a bunch of girls rubbing my back right now. I wouldn't mind a forehand massage. You know, I wouldn't mind a pile of money. I wouldn't mind going to this fantasy that we all do in our minds. I wouldn't mind having this, that, and guess what? You know, what ends up happening is that's not what's true. What really ends up happening is that we end up lying to ourselves and trying to cover up this imperfect life with some perfect dirt, and we even might try to fucking plant a flower on it. But the truth is real, and life is a real struggle. It's about survival. It's about making it, and not just making rent, but making it in life healthy and enjoying it. And that's the battle. That's where the mental crisis battle line is for mental health, and battling between being a good friend, or being a healthy individual, or being a good influence, or making good decisions. And that's where I came down for this whole show is, you know, you're not alone. No one is perfect, and everybody is going through it. So that's something I saw last night after 15 years of friendship with these people. It's like everyone goes through it. Everyone either has got fat, or has no money, or is lonely. Like she said, as soon as she had her baby, it was the loneliest she'd ever been, because everybody kept living their life. She was all alone with this newborn child, couldn't do anything. So I listened, and I listened in, and I paid attention, and attention pays me. So, you know, paying attention to my mental health and talking about it helps me. That's why I do this show. Is it helpful for, like, when my ex watches it or criticizes it later, or is it helpful when people make nice comments, or don't watch it all? Is it cool to overshare and be this public about my private? I don't know, but I do know that I'm not alone, and I do this show for those that are perfectly imperfect, mostly saints. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna get back to my life, but peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever, here in Finland, where it's fucking snowing. and I'm fucking going to Thailand. Ciao. I'll see you on the other side.